Hey, what is happening, guys? It's Curtis and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. You're going to notice that this video is a lot shorter than my other videos, and the reason for that is, well, I'll get into it at the end. However, I would also like to point out that I am not actually speaking in this video. This is a recording over everything. Unfortunately, the audio for this video was messed up, and I'm not sure why. All my future videos should have the audio working correctly. I mean, I've already seen in the unedited episode 6 is that the audio is working, and so I'm not sure what happened here, but we'll try to fix it later. So we're down here in the Nether. I wanted to go find a Nether fortress, and I've been down here once or twice before, which is why this little dirt road is here. I came down for some Nether quartz for some observers, but eventually I did find a Nether fortress. It was on 50, -50, X and Z. And the problem I always have with these Nether fortresses is I never know the best way to get up. I mean, usually when I climb things, I use the water bucket to get up, but in this case I decided to just use some dirt stairs. I figured that would work. And everything was going fine and dandy until I got snuck up on by a wither with his little stone sword. And instead of fighting him, I decided to run away at first because, let's face it, the wither skeletons they're pretty scary. They're one of my least favorite mobs in the game. My second least favorite is probably the blaze. And the reason I don't like the wither skeleton is because of the wither effect. It's a lot more dangerous than poison in that it has kind of a similar effect, except it's not going to stop at half a heart, and I don't think I could deal with that. I don't want to lose all my stuff, especially all my levels. I'm at level 26, don't want to have to lose that. But anyway, guys, I ended up heading up here. And the very first thing that I found was this blaze spawner. And like I said, that's my second least favorite mob. They're pretty useful though, but unfortunately they're also super dangerous. They are a ranged mob, which ranged mobs aren't particularly difficult for me. It's just a matter of this one can fly also, which means it can get out of my range right now because I don't have any bows or any arrows, first of all. But it also has fire, and so all three of those things are they're not mixing for me. Unfortunately for me, they're extremely useful, and so I decided to make this little room for them so that they can spawn and I could hopefully farm them. Unfortunately, I only found out after this video that you should probably make your farms 3 blocks tall, not 2 blocks tall like I'm making right here. But anyway, guys, I will try to fix this in a future video if I remember, but for now I'm just going to go with this 2-block system. And so I'm covering this up so that I can hopefully farm them right down here. I'm going to open up this hole so I can still hit them, but they can't hit me. And now I should be able to hit them from underneath without having to worry about them. Later on, I did go down a corridor, a couple of them actually. I found some diamond horse armor and then a lot of skeletons, both wither and regular. And I always have difficulties with the regular skeletons because they're ranged, and I always forget just when to put up my shield, and sometimes I'll attack and then they'll end up getting me before my shield is fully up. Unfortunate, but it happens. And everything was going fine and dandy until it wasn't, and I got hit by another wither skeleton, and it took me down quite a bit of health. Luckily I had at least one piece of bread available, and I did happen to have more pie. I had 6 pumpkin pies, which is, it's not the best, but it'll do in a pinch, and that seemed to work out for me pretty well. Eventually I did find another chest, and it did have a diamond and more diamond horse armor, some iron, and some gold, and that was pretty swell for me, as well as I think it's the only diamond I found in this whole fortress. Eventually I went back and I decided to farm for some of these blaze. I really needed more blaze rods, especially if I wanted to make some very helpful potions. So I needed to get some blaze rods for that powder. I think I left with maybe 20 blaze rods by the end. And what you'll notice is I'm using my fishing pole to bring them closer. It's because this kind of setup wasn't really good for this kind of farm. I didn't think about it, and so afterwards I decided to fix that by removing the floor underneath them so that they'll fall down into this little hole and I'll be able to attack them still. And that ended up actually making things a lot easier for me, as you can see. I ended up getting up to maybe level 30 by the end, and that was pretty good. After which I took a lot of damage. I decided, okay, this is time to leave. I don't want to die down here and lose all my stuff. That would suck. And so I left. I got the heck out of Dodge, as the term suggests. So I went back home, but not before picking up some nether quartz. You know, you can never have too much of this, and it's a pretty good source of experience, I hear. So picked up quite a bit of that. I have some ideas for some stuff I want to do with some redstone, so it's very helpful to have that. And then I decided to go back home. I went through my portal and I got stuck on this. And it just stayed like this. And that's why this video is shorter than normal. But anyway, guys, remember, subscribe, click that notification bell if you want to get notified for any upcoming videos. And if you're not already, you can follow me on Twitter or support me on Patreon, both at Curtis Does a Dig. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why this is happening, and this happened many times afterwards in the next video, which I'm going to cut out because you don't want to just get stuck on this screen. And I'm not sure why. I tested it on another world. Everything was working fine. The nether portals are doing okay. I'm not sure why it's just my portal that's happening, or like my portal in this world that this is happening in. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in episode 6. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.